Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday market webcast. Okay, so let's start here with the daily chart. Just to review, 2 standard deviation Bollinger Bands, 3 standard deviation Bollinger Bands, gray line, yellow is the 2s. This is the 100-day exponential moving average, the 50-day exponential moving average, the 20-day simple, or the middle Bollinger Band, whatever you want to call it. And this right here, the blue one, is the 9-day. The purple one down here, that's the 200-day exponential. I keep my charts pretty simple. It goes for the one that we use in the room, the 5-minute chart. It goes for the hourly chart that I'm going to show you. It goes for this one. I don't like a lot of stuff on my charts. I think it's information overload at times. I think it's a security blanket for people, and I think it just, you know, there's so many things going on in any particular day that you can absolutely have too much on a chart. The bottom part, there's volume. I don't even know why I have that there. I could take that off right now and never miss it. I look at it literally never. Literally never. That's how much I care. Down there at the bottom, I have the Bollinger Bandwidth. That is helpful for when the bands are tight or when they're getting expanded, and for band rides, things of that nature. So, price-wise, talked about 9-day support, higher high, another higher high last night. They popped it on some China news last night, and we're just kind of grinding underneath the highs. Yesterday, we spent the entire regular session grinding underneath the highs. One of my original mentors called this late mentors called this a gravy in the gap day, meaning, you know, it was lots of fun in Globex, and we gapped into the regular session, and then the regular session came and somebody took the punch bowl away. And everybody spent, you know, the vast majority of the regular session watching the thing do absolutely nothing. Which, you know, it's hard to not overtrade that. It's hard not to take paper cuts in that type of a situation, because it's tightened up around key areas. Yesterday it was tightened up around VWAP, volume weighted average price, and in and around some proprietary stuff that we use, and you know, the next move was going to be decent, but, you know, they tend to come out of nowhere, and they tend to be news based. And, you know, what was surprising to me, let's go to the hourly chart. They did this little pop, and then they just compressed the whole thing. So they haven't taken out this high. They haven't messed with where it jumped from, which was 74. I was in a nice little 78 short that was starting to really look promising, and then they newsed it, you know, right up to 85.75. So currently we're flat. You can see how narrow the Bollinger Bands are on the hourly chart. You can see the weekly pivot down here, 30.49.42. Price does not seem to be remotely interested in that, just like price was not remotely interested in that last week, which ultimately means as we get through the week, unless the bears can be relevant down here, unless they can be relevant in this area, you're just going to see this bleed. The upper band today is around 30.90, so right here. So going and engaging the 2 standard deviation upper Bollinger Band on the daily chart, the yellow line that I showed you on the first chart, that's not unreasonable. They almost need to get it out of their system, and then we can figure out what's next. Do they want to ride that band up to 3,100? Do they want to fade off of it back to the 9-day? You know, that, you know, the sooner we get the upper band touched and dealt with, the sooner we're going to see just how much staying power this rally has. Certainly it's a rally that a lot of people hate. People hate these kinds of rallies. They run, they compress, then they run, then they compress. I will be interested to see off the open. So let me show you the 5-minute chart. This is the one that we use in the room. So it's all jammed up here. We had something there at 6:05 this morning that knocked it down to the 79 area. That was another China article talking about you know, it wasn't quite as bullish as people had. It wasn't quite as bearish, rather, as people had thought. So they spiked it down and they moved it up. So there's been some crazy moves overnight. But I mean, you talk about crazy. This is only 5 handles. I mean, it just looks big because it's on a 5-minute chart. So here's volume weighted average price. There's where we opened yesterday, 81.5. We're right back there right now. So we've gone literally nowhere at all. There's your hourly mid-band at 80. Proprietary moving average at 82. So call it 80 to, it's really 79 to 85. It's the whole thing here. If the bulls can convert that chunk of price, then like I said, 90, 3100, we start to ride that band a bit. If the bears can convert 79, so then we're here. Then they have an opportunity at least to see if these hourly bands want to spill to the downside. You turn 80 into resistance, which is your hourly mid band, and you have a chance to go back and deal with the Sunday night low, which is, wait for it, 64.75. I mean, or we keep consolidating. That, as I sit here this morning, might be the most likely scenario. So unless we see some news, unless we see some sustainability at the edges of this compression area, prepare to get chopped up. Prepare to get whipped around. Prepare to get frustrated. All right. Everybody have a great day. Come check us out in the room. More stuff out on social. Trade them well. See you tomorrow. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.